Your mother has a glass eye with a fish in it. Welcome to the podcast. This is Sports Punch. Keith Too Tall. How you doing today, bro?
I'm doing good, brother. How you doing?
I'm all right, man. Let's start it off like this. Would you rather be out here working every day, providing for yourself, or would you rather be in jail, three hots in a cot?
Oh yeah, give me the jail and three hots to cot any day. Like, man,
Mmm.
you with the guys. I mean, you get permanent. Like,
Mmm.
you ain't gotta worry about getting rent, like moving around or nothing, man. Like, I
Mmm.
mean, the only thing you gotta really do is like just learn how to survive, like not get stabbed, not get
Mmm.
jumped by a group of other grown men, not get raped. But the streets is hot. The prisons is hot right now. So I take
Mmm.
not fuck no. I'm just definitely be working for myself, making my own thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
I would
mother.
like to I would like to think so. I don't think any grown man in his right mind would prefer being locked up in a jail system that takes away all your rights. The 13th, the 14th Amendment also says, which we went over a bunch of times on this podcast and several other podcasts that I've been on. You are allowed to be a human being until you are locked up, and because you are locked up, you forfeit your rights
Mhm. Yeah,
as a human being. You give up your civility, and you then become state property, which allows them to enslave you and make you a person, make you available for whatever labor or labor camps that they see fit.
yeah, for real. Like
It
basically,
says
like
that.
it's
I'm
literally just another
paraphrasing.
another version of slavery. Like
That's all it is.
you literally have no rights or no motion at all.
Here's what I will also say. I'm gonna take these glasses off shortly, but I know the majority of the people in jail are men and black men and white men or whatever you want to say, or Mexican or Latino men. But we understand that men get locked up a good percentage of the time over women because men are out here trying to survive and create some stability or some financial stability in their families. So they do illegal things by legal tender to make sure that they can provide for their families. But to any young man out there listening to the sound of my voice and Keith Too Tall's voice, it's bullshit. Go back to school or find a trade. Brothers, the trades are always hiring. All it takes is for you to nut up and decide that you're going to educate yourself and become part of HVAC, pipe fitting, plumbing, electrician, all these different trades that are out here that can help you create a living for yourself for the rest of your life. They're out here and you can do them.
Hmm.
And you don't have to be sitting around outside because I'll say this to you, even if it may sound harsh to some people. If you are 20, if you are in your 30s and you are still a hustler on the block and you are not making over $60,000 a year, it's like it's a loss. Like you're not really doing nothing. Come up off that. Get up off that, man. Find something else better to occupy your time because you are fighting against the current. And the current is going to push you into the jail system. That's where you're headed.
Current gonna always win.
It is, and it will. So if you're out there and you're listening, and you think that going back and forth to jail is cool, it means that you're a dumb criminal. They're not telling you that. The homies around you ain't telling you that, but you're a dumb criminal. And because you keep ending up in jail, we're going to start thinking that you're gay, that you prefer being around a bunch of men taking showers with men all day, every day, sitting around men talking about war stories all day. It starts to sound a little suspect of you if you keep going back and forth to jail. All right, you got
That's why
anything
they
you want to say to that?
that's why they keep sagging. Letting the motherfuckers know, like, hey, I got a little opening for you down here. You see my ass, see my butt cheeks and drawers. You can come get it. But
On the subject of that, that is where sagging came from. That is the history of sagging your pants to let the other men in the jail system know that you are ready for some butt loving.
get your shit built in,
Like he said on a training day, are you ready to get your shit? You ever had your shit pushed in?
man.
Huh? He's, oh, I have my shit pushed in, Holmes. Oh yeah, I definitely have my shit pushed in.
That's crazy. And motherfuckers be living this tell a story.
Yeah, so welcome to the podcast, man. We back with another one. This is
What?
I mean, we gonna start it off like that because we want a lot of people to get recognition. Well, not
No,
get
yeah,
recognition.
of
We
course.
want people to have a clear understanding that Going to jail as a young black man is foolish, it's dumb, it's stupid. It is not in your liberties. It is not for you to be going to jail, man. Get up off that. Talk to any nigga that ever made it out the street. Any of these niggas that's out here, the Wall Street Trapper, Dante, that's out here doing his podcast. All these guys that got out of jail and created a podcast, so they was out here trapping and doing all this shit. All these guys I know. You want to talk to any of them? You ain't even got to talk to me. You ain't gotta talk to me. You can consider me a lame. Hey, go talk to any of the guys I know that came out of these circumstances or the OGs that I grew up under. They'll tell you, man, you go in there, man, you wasting your time. Go get a job. Go do something more positive. UPS, FedEx is always hiring, man. Go do something more productive
Always.
with your time. Because when you get in
Always.
there, remember, they are counting it against you that you do not want to be out here.
Yeah.
So they are keeping a track record. You have a record. They are keeping record of how stupid you are and how many mistakes you are going to make. They've been doing that with you since you were a kid, man. If you ever listen to my podcast with, I forgot the brother's name, Damien, I forgot his name. But he said by the time you are in sixth, seventh, or eighth grade, they are already determining if you are ready to be a successful kid or if you're ready to be a successful criminal. They're already determining that based on your math scores and your English scores. They're already looking at that. Y'all got to be careful out here, man. Make the right decisions. Parents, make the right decisions for your kids. Make sure they're good in math and make sure that you're keeping them active in some type of sport outside of school. Make sure there's after school activities, not just a TV. Make sure they're boxing, taekwondo, Muay Thai. Make sure they're doing something active. If it's not that, make sure they got an instrument of music in their hands, that they're playing something. They're part of the brass section or the percussion section. They're doing something to occupy their time because you don't want them to get lost out here in this bull.
Yeah.
This is a trap. All right. And it's always been there, and it's always been like that. That's why the school to prison pipeline was invented. All right. By the time you in sixth, seventh grade, they know a young man will start making decisions based on the fact that he think he is a young man, or he think he is a goon, or he think he's savage and all that. They know that. They're watching, and to help push it along, they're making sure that you all are listening to the wrong music, and your parents know it, but your parents aren't saying, "Hey, son, daughter, that is just music. Do not fall victim to that. You are just listening to music that is subscribed to you by the people who control that industry. That's not your life. That's their life. And a lot of them aren't really living like that. They are called entertainers. That
Yep.
is not exactly their life. So be careful out here. You don't just throw your life away. Don't just throw it like don't forfeit your life to a system that's gonna make more money off you while you're locked up than you ever will. You're gonna make a third of a penny. You're gonna
Hmm.
make 10% of a penny for the next 20 years, 15 years. And when you get out, they hand you a check for what, $300 or something like that? Like that's what you're gonna get for your service. While they make 100,000, 200,000 off of you for being in there, because it's called free labor. They're estimating that's how much labor they're gonna make off of you yearly. So that's all I'm saying. What we talking about first, man?
Yeah. There's a few ways to go with it, but we want to stay relevant. Might as well stick with it. Um, NBA, man, they taking over today. There's a bunch of trades today. The trade season is activated. It's going down. If there's one way to take away the shine from the Super Bowl and NFL, it has some trades go down today.
Or add to it.
Add to it, which I see why they made it the deadline kind of right before the All Star game, because it used to be after the All Star game, like a week after the All Star game. But now I think that's like a strategy to like, all right, keep NBA name out there while NFL going through that week of the Pro Bowl and getting ready for the Super Bowl. But yeah, man, trades just went down. James Harden traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh, they actually pulled the trigger on that one.
Yeah, they pulled the trigger on
I
that.
said this morning they're not gonna do that. James Harden to Cleveland.
You're
Wait,
right.
okay, talk about it. Give me details. What happened there?
All right, so we got James Harden Cleveland
Mm.
for Darius Garland and a second round pick.
So they got a point guard. Oh,
Point
okay.
guard,
They got a
second
point
round
guard. So
pick.
so the Clippers got a point guard, right?
Yeah,
And in return, Cleveland got a point guard slash two guard.
yeah,
So now him, James Harden, and Spider can rotate off the ball then.
yes. And just
Right?
switch it off
Okay.
pretty much.
Okay.
James could bring it up. get everybody, in place, or
Mm-hmm.
score if you need to. I mean, just a more aggressive, smarter version of Darius Garland because Garland was coming around last year. He was showing why they was number one. Like he can go, but this year he been an injury, so it's like kind of like in and out. Never really got his foot in this season. So I mean, if he get healthy and get back to himself, that's a good trade for the Clippers too. Like you get a younger guy, you can
Mm-hmm.
help build around. A decent compliment to Kawhi. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna make them any better than what they already was because they dug themselves a hole. They got back out of it a little bit, but we'll see how that go. But the
For
good
sure.
trade for the Cavs because they just reloaded. They just traded yesterday. They got Keon Ellis and Dennis Schroeder from the Sacramento Kings,
Mm.
and they traded DeAndre Hunter to the Kings. And somehow, some way, underneath that, the Bulls snuck themselves in that trade. Ended up getting Dario Saric and 2 second-round picks. So we was able to get something out of that, even though not really doing anything.
Yeah. Okay. So my main thing is I don't understand James Harden mentality. Like that's a situation where you could win, right? Like what is it? You is he bag chasing? Is that it? He bag chasing?
He champion chasing. I mean, he got the bag. I mean, everywhere he go, he keep getting the bag. So,
I think that's it. Like I think that's all he cares about is a bag. I don't think it's
but I,
about championships for him, is it?
it's trying to look like it, but it don't end up being that way. Like everywhere he go, besides like the main spots he was at, in like Oklahoma and Houston. After that, it seemed like everywhere he went, it's just been like for the wrong reasons or the way you went about it, how getting out of that jam. Even though I'm pretty sure half the time or most of the time it wasn't his fault or like it just front office is just playing around. But man, you go from Oklahoma City, which you go to Houston, which understandable. You want to be the man, get the bag,
Yeah,
which
but
you did.
that also wasn't his fault because they
No,
they
no,
they decided
true.
to keep
Yeah,
Ibaka
true.
over James Harden. So,
True. That is true.
hmm
They didn't want to pay everybody at the same time there, but it's like he went there, he made his name for himself. He became James Harden. He became one of the best players there. Then, I think he went straight to Brooklyn right after that. Went to Brooklyn. That didn't work out with him, Kyrie, and KD. So he went to Philly. Had a nice little run with Philly with Embiid and them. Fell short. Then he moved around again. And I think that's when he came home to LA. And now LA, and he
did you
said,
mention Brooklyn? Did you mention Brooklyn?
yeah, yeah, Brooklyn was right
Okay.
after Houston.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay,
So,
okay.
um, so Brooklyn, then he went to motherfucking Philly, then he went to LA, and then one of his last, like when he got there last year, he was like, I want to stay in LA. I'm home now. Now I'm trying to build a legacy, be here. Now,
That's what I thought it was gonna be. I'm like, okay, he home now. Like this it. He gonna ride this one out for the
yeah.
rest of his career. No.
So then, stuff. And what the thing is, like, I thought, I mean, earlier this season, I understood because they was like 5 and 20 something more, whatever. But they crawled themselves out of the hole. I don't know if he tired of like Kawhi being in and out, or it is something going on with the Clippers, like front office, coaching, wherever. 'Cause I thought Ty Lue would be able to get that team like right and like, decent enough to where like they
I
could be a
did too.
prominent,
I did
force
too.
in the West. I like him as a coach for the most part, but I be hearing he had like his little, moments too where he be tweaking and stuff. So, um,
And he over there battling with all them egos and everything. So I'm sure he's sick of
I-
dealing with that as well.
yeah,
Ty
I would
Lue,
think,
you
yeah,
know,
I would
like
hope so.
you got more than two egos, bro. Like these are like high level, high profile, legendary players that you have accumulated, and you have to deal with them night in and night out, day in and day out in practices and team meetings and everything. That has to be taking a toll on him. But
Yes, sir.
James Harden, what the fuck is it with this dude, man? Like he never wants to sit still on any team. I thought the Clippers might have been the one to give him so he could go there and have a good run. Like I thought him and Kawhi would figure that out.
I thought going home would be like, all right, you home? This like, what else would you want to be? I mean, I understand it's
I'm
the
at the
Clippers.
ball now, right?
Unless he a Laker fan, like I can always see like, all right, this ain't where I really want to be, but it's still you could make it your own. They got a whole new stadium, new jerseys, like everything. Like you could have made your own thing again, or like kind of built off what CP3 was doing. So I don't know, man. It's definitely I think Dame Lillard said it best. When he was like, y'all running from the challenge, or like running from like you running away from your problems. You basically just trying to like find the easy way out. instead of doing it the original organic hard way,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
you get way more praise, more love, doing
yeah.
it that
Where
way.
you
Like
just grind it out and earn it, and you're exactly right. Dame Lillard is right too. Why is everybody running away from the challenge of trying to compete?
yeah, and that's the whole thing. That's why the league is like one sided on the West. Like everybody on the West,
Yeah.
East kind of like it's not really balanced no more. Everybody on one team. It's kind of a little bit spread out, but on one side mainly. Like, shit, I
What?
wish they could.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I wish I could do like a reconfiguration of the league. Like, all right, every team get a pick, and y'all, try to balance it out again. But that'll never happen.
What would going to Cleveland now do for him? I mean, you got to score. You got a guy that's taller, right? So you make the lineup a little taller. But what is this really doing
He just
for
want to
James Harden?
get to the playoffs. I mean, this is where I think this, even though it looked like he bag chasing or just running away from the challenge, is him trying to get a championship, but he doing it the cheap way. And he's not trying to take the hard way. Even though he put up his time in Houston, he balled out. He gave him years, and they ain't really built a team around him like they should have. He got a chance with CP3, and he just CP3,
Hell of a
gave up,
run in. They had a hell of a run. Man, that was crazy run.
almost beat the Warriors. Like,
Almost.
if CP3 don't get hurt, that might be a different outcome. And
Yes,
I
it
was
is.
I was I was I was a Warrior fan then, so I was a little worried. So
I was not. I was not the entire time. I'm like, shit, they was already doing that before KD got there. He goes out. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a 6 or 7 game series. I was like, this is gonna be good. I'm like, but I don't
definitely
see them sustaining that against the Warriors. I just don't see it happening. The hell of a series against the Warriors
I
and the
look
Rockets.
serious. Like,
Yeah,
bro,
great series. That's legendary right there. And I was hoping it would happen the next year or whatever, but
right.
as it goes, it don't turn out the way that we want it to, man. Damn James Harden and everything. So you
Right.
really think this puts them in a drive puts them further up in the lead to get to the playoffs and then to the finals? You think this will do it for the Cavs?
I mean, they
Because
reload.
and let me say this as well because I can see the situation where James Harden is now doing the same thing that he did with the pick and roll and throwing the oops and throw the dime passes to the guys rolling to the basket and everything. Like I can totally see that working.
Yeah.
But overall, are you gonna be that guy that says I'm gonna take my foot off the gas and let Spider take over in the third and fourth quarter? Like, can you do that? Can you be that guy that plays that way?
Oh yeah, I think that's it. As long as he got the ball in his hand, just let him be the point guard. Let him bring it up. Let him make him feel like he a part of the game. Feel like he dishing it out to everybody. Then he'll score when he needs to score. And that was the thing is that's his problem when he gets to the playoffs. Like he fold, he choke. He don't need to be that guy. He could just play his game, and that's why I think he going
Yeah.
there. 'Cause, like I don't really see no teams in the East probably winning the championship besides maybe Detroit because they defense and just like what they was able to get for the trade earlier today too. Um, but this put Cavs right up there. Like Boston is third,
Hmm.
New York is second. So like New York obviously they getting it back right. They was going through a bad phase, but they won 6 in a row I think. Celtics, I mean they just reloaded a little bit. Debating on if Tatum getting back this year, I think he could if he wanted to, but I wouldn't rush it. But this put Cavs right there in the top four. Like I feel like even though they like think they like or like 6 or 7, they getting back better, getting a little healthy. And
Hmm.
that's the thing. Like they made the trade for Keon Ellis and Shooter. I think that's going to be good pickups for them to balance out the rest of that
Word.
team.
Okay.
So that way you ain't got to keep on going to Spider and James Harden every possession. You could
Yeah.
have Shooter, scoring some points or playing some hard defense. You could have Keon Ellis, going to the hole.
And I still say dump that thing down into Evan Mobley and Jared Allen because you still got them. Like
And
they
those
are
are
hard nosed, hard body guys. I like
and,
them.
and they perfect for James Harden game. Like he just throw it up into one of them. They could do their thing or alley oop it. I think this is a scary move for the Matt like Cavs. Like, they kind of reloaded. Like I like this pickup for them. Like I don't rock them like that. And I'm a
I
Bull
don't either.
fan, but
I don't.
I can't hate on the trade like that. I mean, I can see it could definitely go all wrong though, but I think it's a better fit for him to go over there with Cavs than probably. I mean, and we get another guy from the West, so that bringing the guy from the West to the East, help it out. Try to balance out some
Absolutely.
things.
Yeah. Yeah, we see how it goes, man. I'm sure you're going to be monitoring this whole situation. I'll be peeking in here and there, paying attention to the NBA as the season progresses. Crazy moves. What else you got on tap? What else you got
Oh,
on top as far as the trades?
finally,
Oh, here he go. Here he
the
go.
motherfucking Bulls is making some trades that like at least give you some type of like excitement or something. But God, Lee. So I was talking like they was in the trade. They somehow snuck themselves in the trade with the Kings and the Cavs when they made their trade. Was there to get Dario Saric and 2 second round picks. That was like I knew that was like it'll filter like overplay for the underplay. Try to get something else. So the day earlier they ended up making one trade. We
Mm-hmm.
ended up trading Kevin Herter, Red Velvet, Red Rocket, white boy with the burner
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to Detroit Pistons, and we ended up
Okay.
getting Jaden Ivey, the guard they got from over there. He was a top 10, one of the top 10 picks from 2020 draft.
Okay.
We got Jaden Ivey, and we ended up getting Mike Conley from the Minnesota Timberwolves. So we
Okay.
got Mike Conley, Jaden Ivey, and we traded Dario Saric, the guy we got in the other trade, plus Kevin Herter to Detroit. And this is another trade where Minnesota was in there. They traded away Mike Conley, but they didn't get anything returned but besides like cap relief. So it's basically like they're saying like they're getting cap relief to try to go for Giannis, which is possible, but we'll see how that go.
So is what I'm hearing true then? In there in that whole amalgamation of trades, did we get Anthony Simmons or Simons from Boston? Is that
So that I'm thinking that was the first trade of the day. I'm thinking that's it for the day. I'm like, all right, we got something, but I'm not really floored.
okay?
Probably like an hour later, I see who I've been saying for 2 years now. We traded Nikola Vucevic, our center, who we've been having for the last 6, 7 years, traded him to the Celtics for Anthony Simons, and we both swapped it a second round pick. So out of that, I'm glad we got some out of that. Like Anthony Simons, I rocked with him. I wanted him last year because he was coming along in Portland, and I thought he would have been a good little addition to this team
Mhm.
before we got some other people. But we got him, and we traded Vooch, got him out of here. His bad defense, slow feet moving ass. But don't get me wrong, like
A
Vooch was
good
good for
solid
like
19 and 10. A good solid 19 and
good
10 he
double
got every
double,
night.
and he was the most available. Like he was always mainly healthy. Like he was never like really hurt. So
Like they
I
say,
will
the
give him that.
best ability is availability, you know.
So I
So
ain't gonna hit on that. Like he did his thing when he could, just didn't have the successes we wanted. Like as a team, like before when he was at Orlando, he was able to get the Orlando to be a playoff team with an 8th seed or 7th seed. And things have changed because now with the play in, so we was always in that play in 9, 10,
bracket, yeah, we
7,
was all in
8
that
bracket.
bracket. Yeah.
So it just wasn't going nowhere. And like he just defensively, like I just seen so many possessions where like if he just boxed out or like moved his feet or jumped or just even try to like be aware of the basketball coming off the rim or around him, we could have had so many possessions going our way and scoring and making stops or getting defense. So I feel like that was another setup for a trade because like now we got like 8 guards: Mike Conley,
That's what I'm saying. What are we gonna do with all these
Jaden
guards,
Ivey.
brother? So
So
it's a dump. It's a dump. So they dumping these guys off over here. These guys ain't gonna be here for too much longer. We could just kept Kobe White and got rid of Vucevic on our own. You know, we got Ayo
that's
DeSumo and all this stuff, but keep on going because I just think it's crazy. But you know, with that whole Giannis situation brewing, go ahead, do your thing.
Yeah, so like that's the thing. Like we got so many guards now, so it's definitely looking like either Kobe or Io going to leave. Right, one of them, if not both. But I think they're gonna keep Io, let Kobe go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping we can get Kobe, like try to get like an athletic big man five that we solidify our team and like because we just need bigger size. And that
Mm-hmm.
was the thing before Vucevic left. He was like, we need athleticism and and size. I'm like, I was hoping he knew when he said that, like, that means that you definitely out of here. So we them getting Anthony Simons, and I think that with all the guards, we're gonna definitely make another trade by Thursday to try to
Mm-hmm.
get either a bigger person or athletic star. I mean, there was rumors, that people wasn't trying to give us the Giannis move, but like supposedly last week that his family's firm had bought like 21 millions in like Chicago apartments or something like that.
Oh
So
wow.
that could mean nothing, but that could mean something.
It could not. Maybe not. I'll say not. It could or it could not, but
Yeah.
maybe not. You know.
Yeah,
That's strong though. That's strong. Strong
so
behavior.
so if that could happen, or like even another move, like I don't know for sure Ja or like Zion, but I could see them probably just going for like another young dude, probably a four or five power forward center. So yeah, we traded Vucevic for Anthony Simons. We got Jaden
Hmm.
Ivey from Detroit. Bulls make a trade. Like we've been sitting pat the last couple years. I mean, we made small little trades, but like none that was significant. But this is obviously a direction they trying to go into with the youth movement and try to go, definitely younger and just a little bit more athletic. I mean, I've been trying to say that we was definitely an athletic team, but not like athletic enough to be a playoff team or make some serious noise. So
Word, word.
Bulls actually made some trades.
They made some trades. I don't think it's gonna do much for us this season. I think this is
Nah,
like, just dumping these guys off, unloading salary cap, trying to get under the salary cap and get ready for some moves toward the end of the trade deadline or heading into the summer. I don't know if it's possible for Giannis to come play for the Bulls. I don't know if that's possible.
and what like contractually or just saying like just
Just like
overall.
what incentive does he have to come here? Like what would bring him here besides it being a big city and him being like the biggest name in the market in the Midwest? Besides that, what else is there?
I mean, bring the team back to relevancy, praise, legacy. If you
Hey,
want that,
how old is he?
31.
31, 32 years old, and he's had a couple of injuries already, to his calf and his lower extremities. So,
True.
and then this is a rebuilding for the Bulls as well. So with these picks that they do have, with the picks that they have that they got through the draft, and these guys that they're trading, who's going to be the person that they're going to go after? Who's that next? Who's the second? Who's in the second guy? You think they're going to keep one of these young guys and tell them to ball out?
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to like,
Yeah.
especially with like Buzelis and get if you it seem like
Oh, I forgot about Boozy. I forgot about Boozy, man. I
if they
forgot
don't
about him.
trade him for him. So it's like you look they trying to build around Buzelis and Giddy, and then I mean,
Forgot
if you
about him too.
but I feel like you're gonna have to get one of them. I mean, I'll get it out of here if I had to. Get if I get Buzelis and Giannis on the same team, build some shooters around them and some defenders, we'd be straight. And I think they like just he'll get a chance to hopefully make this team a playoff team again. And like, well, obviously he will, I think, but contender wise, and it's in the East at least, like
You know what I think I would keep Giddy though, and I would get like because we guard heavy. Like I would get, man, no, I would get because how tall is Anthony? What's his name?
Anthony Simons. He like
Simons. How tall is he? Like
I want to say
six
about
nine, six
I
eight.
want to say like I think he about 6'6", 6'7", but like he could be like 6'8".
Keep on
That's he
talking. I'm gonna
like
look him
like
up.
he's definitely a more lengthier guard than you would think on the like I would like Kobe versus him like in the defensive position or like playing defense. I'll take him even though he ain't no lockdown defender or nothing, but I think he'll be a better situation where we can have more size and length on the defensive end. So Bulls making some trades. Jaren Jackson Jr. from the Memphis Grizzlies.
Hell no, bro. He's 6'3".
Oh, who Anthony Simons?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, but he I was like, that's what I'm saying. So that's the thing. Like Kobe, he's 6'5", like 6'4", 6'5", but he look like he play like he's 6 foot and be getting pushed around like he's a 6 foot guard. But Anthony Simons, he's 6'3". He, I think his wingspan he about like he a
Six
seven.
nine, 6'9" wingspan.
Okay, so yeah, that's pretty long for a 6'3"
Yeah.
guard.
Another guard. Come on, man. Okay, whatever.
But I'm saying like you got so many guards, and Houston need a guard. Who else need a guard? It's like they need a point guard. Period. So we got so many point guards. We can flip him for somebody, flip one of them for somebody, and get something in return. So
I'm just trying to visualize the landscape of the NBA and see who are you really reaching out for? What player are you really in this market? Who are you really reaching for? Are you gonna pull Jalen Williams away from OKC? Are you going that route? Um, maybe no.
with this,
That's not
if
the move.
with the team with the Bulls, man, if you want to be a playoff team more relevant, you gotta go get a star.
Is it gonna be Giannis, and then you send a bunch of guards over there where they don't have the best guards on their squad? Like what is it?
I mean, it depends on what you, because like he gonna be a ball dominant dude. So like, I feel like you could sing it because like I feel like you could have Trey Jones, him, a shooter, like some type of shooter, I guess, or Jaden Ivey. That's the thing, like you kind of got guards that's kind of the same a little bit, but also I don't know, you gotta get a big man to really start off on defense. Like the other thing, this Bills team, we can score anybody, but we give up a lot of points too.
A
So like
lot
we
of
gotta find
points.
some, we gotta find somebody that can slow some stuff down, get some rebounds, box out. And that's premium though. Like you find a good big man that can play defense and hopefully score at least within
Yeah,
10 feet of the
yeah.
rim. It's tough to find, but like I was watching a couple games, I think the Celtics and like some other who we played against like recently. They had like two big men that was like just athletic as hell, just be able to get blocks out of nowhere, alley oops, just in the flow of the game, make their team
Yeah.
better. I'm just like, why can't we never get one of them? But we got this old European dude that's like 6'8" and he can't jump over a stack of phone books either. Like so it's like you basically just trade away another player that you already have. And that's my thing is like with this, especially with this team now, we should have drafted Derek Queen instead of getting Noah
Mm.
and Sange. So like we could have had that backup rookie point center with Jalen Smith and Zach Collins who stay hurt. Derek Queen could have been getting his tick in, getting his play in right now or developing.
And where's the guy that we drafted? Where is he now?
He he
Development league?
he was balling. I think like he played like 2 games. He had like 26 points one game and like 20 some points the other game. But he tore his like shoulder or something, so he's out for the whole
Mm.
year.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
But that was the thing. Like when we drafted him, we knew he was scrawny, 18-year-old kid, and he wasn't that strong. So we knew he had to put some muscle on. He was gonna have to put box some build on him.
Yeah.
And to
Make sure you
his
kept him away from the court. Make sure that he was building muscle and everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's they got to make some more trades to really set this team right and get it in the right direction. But
That's a fact. That's a
long, like I
fact. Because
said,
this ain't gonna do it. This ain't
no,
gonna do it. I mean, you
no.
guard heavy right now. You just guard heavy. Like
I mean,
you look like a high school team.
and I don't trust this. They drafting like is they it's very hit or miss. So it's like we got lucky with Buzelis and kind of Kobe, but like it was still like we missed. P. Will set us back 10 years. A couple of players set us back a few years. Oh, this probably maybe this Noah Song, unless he becomes something that we don't expect, didn't expect, might set us back a few years. So it's like, you gotta do something. You got something you can start with these
We've
guards.
already had this conversation before about these types of organizations, but keep on going. I know
Yeah.
you got hope and love and faith in these guys to do
No,
something good. So.
I say this every time. As long as I know that Jerry Reinsdorf is the owner of this team, I I'm gonna have no hope of anything of trying to get the wins. But
There it is.
you can accidentally could become a good team too. Like not accident, but if you do the right drafting, if you do the right, get the right people in there. But the coaching, like Billy Donovan, he gotta go. Like the other, who was it? Marquise, the Morris twins, like Markeith
Yeah.
and got the other one, Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
One of them played for Billy Donovan when he was, and they was in OKC when they had KD, Russ. No,
Mm-hmm.
no, I know it was actually Russ, like K, Russ and PG and Mello. I think he was saying how like Billy would have what's my man's name? He played in Houston right now. He just got hurt. Steven Adams or any big man that's like slow footed that he had. He would just keep having them stay out there on the island against these guards, or like when they switch and stuff on the
Mm-hmm.
pick and roll, or just on the floor in the worst times, and that's why they would like lose certain games. Like who they played, I think it was when they played against Portland. Remember that shot that Dame Lillard had shot at pretty much half court on Paul
Yeah,
George
Paul George, yeah.
and kicked them out of the playoffs, waving goodbye. He was saying Steven Adams kept being on the island, and I see it when he had with Vooch. I'm like a couple games this year. I'm like, especially in the last like shot when we played, we on defense trying to get a
Mm-hmm.
stop to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Vooch was just on the wrong end of to stick with those. I'm like, and he just stubborn. He would never get it right. I'm like, bro. you gotta make these adjustments. You gotta be able to make adjustments like these in the game. Get your better defender out there in the last like few seconds, and then if y'all get the rebound to stop, if you got a timeout, switch them out.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
a lot of things got to change with this Bulls team for us to get back right. Like it sucks that we had to get lucky or set up nicely with Derrick Rose to build around the team. I mean, or maybe
Still
just
packing for these Phil Jackson niggas on that bullshit.
uh, we'll see what they do the rest of these next 2 days and this off season. Um, I was saying Jaren Jackson Jr. from the Memphis Grizzlies
Man,
got
bruh.
traded to Utah Jazz,
Man, bruh.
which I think that's the trade that's like I don't know if I automatically believe that he gonna stay there.
I don't
He,
know.
he gonna flip around and get flipped to like Los Angeles Lakers, which I hope they don't. But they always find a way to get some bullshit trade like that.
That's
But
a salary dump though. They say dude had like a ton of money on that
he
contract.
definitely got
He
like 200 mil on that thing or
yeah,
something like
like they
that.
said like 4 years or something like that, 4 or 5 years of
Yeah.
200 million.
So I mean
Takes
that
him to
for the
Utah.
team itself, you got Laurie Marketing and him. That's a nice little
That's not
combination.
bad. That's not bad. And they got that young guard over there too, right?
Deontay George, yeah. So
Yeah,
that's a nice little nucleus. If they can if he want to stay in Utah, live in Utah,
yeah.
that could be a good look for them. But yeah, he went to the Utah Jazz and they traded for Kyle Anderson or Slow Mo, who they this big, tall, little light skinned guard who literally moved like a turtle, but he can ball. This other guy, Walter Clear Jr. Memphis obviously just going, straight for the rebuild. See what they do with Ja though. I doubt they want to rebuild
That's the
around him.
question. That's the question. Where's Ja gonna end up? Because
It's,
wherever he goes, you want to keep him away from y'all, right? You want to keep him away from the West Coast, so there is no effect, no direct effect of that trade blowing up in your face, and he
hmm
looks good in the West, right there in front of you, and he torches you for 40 games every time, or 40 points or 50 points every game that he plays you guys, and then he helps some team get into the finals or somewhere in the Western Conference. You know what I mean? Like that's what you want to avoid. So me thinking that naturally, I'm gonna say, all right, would him and Giannis end up on the same team together in Chicago?
I would love that. I mean, I doubt they'll be able to pull that off. I've seen less done, with more. But I mean, I would love that. I'm just be trying to be unbiased as hell. Yeah, that would rock with me if you could. I think even I say with this team, but I was gonna say even with this team, if you put John in, it would be a solid team, but we still be guard heavy. But if it ain't the Bulls, I can see him going to either Toronto or Miami. Like you said, come to the East. Miami, you kind of got something there with Bam, and if you still got Hero or Norman Powell, uh, and then you
I
got
think that whole Miami situation is over with. I think they're just taking the best guys that they can get right now, and they're just getting the, the highest performing capability that they can out of those guys. I don't look at that situation. I think so for me, it's just me. I
no.
think Bam should have been more of a 25 and 10 guy for the past 3 or 4 years. I think he's more than capable of doing that, and we haven't seen that because the game has went away from using big man to their full of capability. Then you turn around and you go, no, not really, because Jokic is out there acting a damn fool, and certain other players like Chris Stapps, when they're healthy, Cooper Flag, like guys like that are out there going off. So Bam is capable of doing it. They're just not using him like that. You know what I mean? So like I would like to see something like that, but I don't know if that would be a good look for. I mean, so it would be a good look for Ja Morant as far as him being in an area in a system that's disciplined and he can't act a damn fool like he wants to, and they will hold him accountable and make sure that he is on his job all day, every day. That would be a good look for him, but I'm not sure. He would end up staying there. Like, what do you think? You think he would end up staying somewhere like that?
I think it could be a double-edged sword because I think a new spot like that for him would be good, like Miami. Like the city itself might be not good for him, like influence wise, party wise, if he a party type of guy. But I think having a strict guy like Pat Riley. Oh shit, you got the jobs?
Yeah, I got
Okay.
these joints. Yeah, yeah.
he definitely got the best shooting the game right now though.
Yeah,
I'll
he
say at
fire.
least top two, three
They
between him and
fire.
Ant Man and yeah, him and Ant Man, maybe James Harden, KD.
Yeah, them joints fire right there, bro.
Yeah, but I think Pat Riley could, definitely like I think a guy he need a guy like Pat Riley, like strict guy that run a strict schedule.
Facts.
But
Facts.
I can see them bumping heads too if he don't like that if he can't take direction or authority or any type of Pat Riley's bullshit. So
Any type
it's
of direct leadership that tells him he can't act out and be a damn fool the way that he wants to would be um,
yeah
detrimental to the team as a whole, and I could see that being wrong. However, I could see it being a situation where they go, "No, you just used to getting your damn way all the time, and we're not going to accept that here. We've won championships. You haven't, kid. My name is Pat Riley. This is Coach Eric Spoelstra, and we have won rings together. You have won nothing, kid. Only thing they done was give you the reins to go out on the court and ball out and be as reckless as you want and show how great of a player you are. But here's the thing: you haven't put it together yet. And that's what we're here to do for you. We're here to make sure that you can put that whole situation together. We don't want you to just go out there and be on the court performing at a high level. We want you to go out there and perform at a high level and do it with your teammates and elevate everyone so everyone else is successful as well. We don't want you to just go out there and average 20 and 10. We want you to make this team better and then average 20 and 10. So that can be a situation that's conducive, feasible for a guy like Ja Morant. Will he be willing to accept that? I said this about LeBron James too. Like he needs to be in the type of system where he ain't just out doing what he wants to. Like this and no, you're not gonna do that. You're gonna do that, but you're gonna help everybody else get involved, and it's gonna be more of a team building. And we're gonna play as a team. You're gonna get yours. We're gonna make sure that you get yours, but it's gonna be more of a team, and you're not just gonna be out here wilding out and doing what you want to do. So that would be perfect for Ja, but I feel like they would have to break that team up. No, you would think they would keep it as it is, or you think they would have to like do a rebuild over there in Miami? Because I can't just see a situation where it's him, Tyler Hero, and a
yeah.
couple of other
I
guys.
like
Like, damn,
keep him and Bam and just build around that. Try to get you a decent solid three, but like just three guard or 3-4 a small forward. But they just got Norman Powell over there. He over there hooping, leading the team in scoring. So, but
Norman
he
Powell
ain't
is leading them in scoring. Wow,
yeah.
salute to
But
Norman Powell. I've always liked Norman Powell. I always thought he was a
yeah,
good dude.
he came along. He used to be a 6 man like type of
Yeah, three
dude,
point three
role
and D
player.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, carved his way with LA last year with the Clippers, and
Hmm.
then doing this thing in Miami. But yeah, you have to do a little retooling, I say. But that's why I only really see them going east. If you stay in the West, maybe Houston. That would be crazy. But
Houston.
yeah, I see Atlanta. I can see low key Atlanta being a sneaky option for him.
Ooh, I could see him going to Atlanta. I could see him saying, "Yeah, we're just gonna dump you off there, huh?"
Yeah, so I can see that Bulls. So yeah, Atlanta Bulls.
I could see them dumping him off in Atlanta, and we just throw him over there. No one's gonna
Yeah,
notice him. No one's gonna notice him over there.
put him in Black City. He could be doing all his gun toting all he want down there.
On
All his
second thought, no, we don't want him. We don't want him there. We don't want him out there. We don't want him out there, dope boys in the trap and all that. We need to keep him
he
far
could be
away
in
from
Zone
that.
6 with Gucci and
No,
all
we don't
that.
want him
Like
in zone six. We don't want around. We don't want him
Zone 4.
running around with 10, 17. I don't want him at Magic City. I don't want him at pinups. I don't want him near strokers. I don't want that young brother near none of the stuff that is so fun that
Yeah,
you'll forget that you're a basketball player and you are a man with responsibilities to yourself and to the game of basketball. I don't want him around any of that. Yeah, let's get him to Miami where he gonna have fun, but you will get disciplined if you don't do what you're supposed to. Because Pat Riley and them, they gonna have a strict regimen for him, is what I believe. That's why I think he needs to be at somewhere where there's discipline and mentorship, and you're just not gonna wild out there. Like I think Miami would be a good fit for him. No Atlanta. I'm trying to think of other places that may be good for him.
I think
Where else do you think?
what will work best for him if you go to Toronto. It's a different country. He can't really
Mm.
do American shit there. And then he gonna be playing with some young guys that he I think he could click in. You know, they can click well. Scotty Barnes, you got Brandon
Mhm.
Ingram, him, RJ
Mm. I
Barrett,
forgot
maybe.
about Bi. I forgot about Bi.
So they could run, and they what fourth in the East right now. They
Mm.
could take off, take the next level with him, and like they could be another Memphis in the East, but
Mm.
younger. I think that would be the best spot for that. That way he
That
can,
may work. That may actually work. Toronto might be a good fit for dude.
yeah. So won't be surprised if they trade for him
Beautiful
somehow
women,
too.
if you know where to look. Beautiful women. Oh yeah.
And then Memphis could get Emmanuel quickly for him or RJ Barrett, if not both.
Mm.
They'll get
That may
something now,
work. That may work.
some draft picks, capital. So
You
that's
get
why I think
RJ Barrett, and then you can kind of build your game around RJ Barrett being a 6'5", 6'6" guy, right? Is he a lefty?
he a lefty.
He's
The
a
only thing
lefty.
is he is from Toronto, so I think the main reason he kind of they re-signed him and he wanted to stay there is because he is a Toronto player, a Toronto born, and he played hard for that. He hooping for them.
Yeah,
It's just an injury
yeah.
thing where if he can stay healthy and if they really in love with him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's
So.
interesting about this job situation, but keep on going, man. What's next on the trades, or do we got to delve deeper into that situation right there?
We could dig deep. Those are like a few trades that happened this past day or two. Like it was just 2 days that they've been traded. I mean, the first trade was obviously the trade, young trade to Washington Wizards for CJ McCollum. But the really yesterday was the first day since that they had trades, and I think I went through all of them. So
And
that
where
one,
did
but
CJ McCullough end up? I forgot.
he in Atlanta.
So I don't. So he's not gonna stay there. He's not gonna stay
Yeah,
there.
he's
I
going.
don't see CJ McCollum staying in CJ McCollum staying in Atlanta. I see him come up out of there, probably going like Boston or something like that.
Another trade like before the trade deadline, or you talking about like in the off season?
No, maybe in the off season, or maybe or maybe he gets waived. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
And they
true.
let,
Yeah,
yeah, and they let him walk on and go to a playoff team of his choosing, or some
yeah.
team that that won't
I think he
hurt.
deserved that at
Yes,
least.
yeah. Where you think he'd end up at, or what team might let him slide over there?
I say like I can see him like going somewhere like load up somewhere like said Boston.
Hmm.
They could use another. They could use him maybe. Detroit ended up getting Kevin Herter, but I can see him getting another scorer off the bench. They're a defensive team, so
Mm.
that would actually be a solid pickup for them because like just what the Cavs just did, they coming for Detroit so and New York and Boston. So CJ McCollum, if you don't have to give up much for him, I take that. If I'm Detroit, maybe Sixers. Now you got Paul George suspended for 25 games.
The Sixers might be a good fit for him.
That'd be another fit. And then you got VJ Edgecombe, who a rookie, but he might hit like a wall at some point. You can throw
Yeah.
him in at times.
And then yeah, and you could have CJ coming off the bench, trying to give you 15, 20,
Exactly.
25 points. That would be fire. That would be fire.
And then if you go
Oh, and
west,
then in that situation, if it is Philly, right, you can load it up with Joel in the paint.
and then Joel's starting to look good again. He's starting to look healthy again.
Ooh,
He
yeah,
just had like a 40 piece, I think, not too long ago.
and you can load it up on one side with two or three shooters. Oh, that'll be crazy out there with TJ. Is it Maxi? I call him TJ Maxi.
Yeah, Tyrese Maxey.
Tyrese Maxey, uh, VJ Edgecombe, and what's the other brother's name? Oubre, right?
He and I think it's
They got rid of Oubre too.
no,
Damn.
I think he did. I'm thinking he was in New York, but he came from
No, no, no. He's still there because he was there last year. He was there. He was one of their main pieces um last year. So with Oubre out there too, I think that would be a dope. I think that would be a dope little not little a dope situation where you got shooters all around the court and you still running the offense through Tyrese Maxey, but just occasionally when we got a healthy Embiid out there and we're gonna use him as a decoy, he can go out there and get the other guys involved and create shots for these guys. I think that would be a dope situation.
yeah, for real. And then just want to give some shouts to a couple players and hoopers and hoeing motherfuckers. But
Who's hooping and hoeing,
the Charlotte Hornets
hooping and hoeing.
hooping and hoeing. Oh,
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
Keith too tall. No, but
Mm-mm.
shout out to Shout out to the Charlotte Hornets, man. They on a 7 game winning streak.
Oui,
They 23 and 20, 23 and 28 right now. Like
oui.
they was at the bottom of the barrel not too long ago. But they look like Lonzo, Knuckle, the white boy, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges.
Knibble. Oh my God, Knibble. Keep on going.
But that little solid little crew that I said earlier today, if they can figure it out, they could be a decent little team. And you may not have to move on from Lonzo. I mean, not Lonzo, LaMelo. But
I
they've been
think that
hooping.
may happen. I think that may be next in line.
I thought so too, but it's starting to. I've heard too many trade rumors, but like if they do, they probably gonna try to go for some.
But then they just signed, didn't he just get a new contract or something? Yeah. For like 200 something million
Um,
dollars, or are they expecting to give him that
I think
type of
I
money?
think either he just got it or he about to get one, but
Keep on
we'll
talking.
see.
I'll look for it.
No, but shout out to the Charlotte Hornets, man. They turning it around a little bit, playing a lot better. They beat some good teams along that way on that 7 game stretch. They've been looking fun to watch. I've been watching their games a little bit more recently. So shout out to the Charlotte Hornets. Give another shout out to who was I looking at?
All right, so I'm gonna speak on it. You got your thought? You got your
No,
thought?
yeah, go ahead.
All right, so it's basically, well, not basically, listening to Google AI, it says LaMelo Ball is currently playing on a 5 year rookie max contract extension with the Charlotte Hornets worth up to $260 million, signed in July 2023, making him the team's first max contract player and securing him through 2029, with incentives like all NBA selection, raising the total value from a 203.9 million base. The deal includes a 15% trade kicker, and he's in the second year of this extension for the 24-25 season. Total value up to 260 million base of the 203.9 million plus incentives. Years, 5 years, starting after his rookie deal. Incentives reaching all NBA status triggers the higher value. I was just talking about the trade kicker, everything else, and then it goes into a salary breakdown where he'll go from 35 million to 37 million to 40 million to 43 million to 46 million, from 2024 2025 to 28 to 2029. So that's what his contract is looking like. So I think it looks like he'll be locked in for maybe 2 more years before he decides to say, I don't want to be here no more.
We shall see. 5 years. That's you don't hear that too many times these days no more. I think the last time I remember a 5 year contract was Melo's. They gave him hell about that shit.
So
But
they got Melo locked in for a little bit. So we'll see what happens. Keep on going though. I just wanted to bring that up because I was unsure of it, and if he would actually stay, even though that team is going through a rebuild. But Charlotte's always going through a rebuild. So
shout out
whatever.
to Cooper Flag. He had a tough little struggle at the beginning of the rookie year, but he been snapping recently. I think he had a 49 point game recently.
Yeah,
Even
he
it,
had two good games.
albeit it was a loss, but like it's starting to show like he developing and like he starting to, the game's starting to slow down for him. He's starting to figure it out, and like a reason a lot of people clowned it. Even I think even us or me for sure clowned like kind of clowned him when they started him as a point guard in the beginning of the season. I'm like, why is he doing that with him? Like, especially with this team, like you don't got no point guard, but doing that made him because he had to not only set up the team, but like it led him to like slashing more, going to the hole, figuring out on a bounce how to beat the defender on the go or set somebody up.
Absolutely.
And he's been doing
Absolutely.
that a lot more efficiently, a lot better. He's been getting a lot more easier shots. He was playing against, I think I saw the Lakers game, but it was another game. He was just ball hooping on someone. Like he was every time he went to the hole, layup, dunk. I'm like, damn, like
And
he
I
playing
think they
good.
probably were finding out in practice too that if you allow him at 6'9", 6'10" to move up and down the court with the ball, he was able to see the court and see everything that was going on and where guys were. So for him, he's becoming more of an artist with the ball with him slashing and being able to pass and everything, and it's adding to his game. And Jason Kidd knows that, and he's probably telling him along with Kyrie Irving, like, look, here's what you can do. Here's what you can do. Here's what you can do right here. There's nothing that you can do at 6'9" and 6'10" when you're moving up and down the court with the ball. So whoever decision that was, I'm gonna say that it was Jason Kidd because I saw him talking. He said, "I don't give a fuck what y'all say. I do what the hell I want to do. That's why I get paid to do this, and I played the game and I can do it. And you all just sit on the sideline and comment. No one cares about you commenting, telling me what I can't do. But I know the game. I know what my players are capable of. I built guys before. So when he said that, it's kind of like, oh, okay. He knows that Cooper Flag has the ability to get up and down the court and do these things, and he's entrusting him to do it. So if it looks like it looks like it's working, it looks like it's going to continue to work.
Yep. So I hope he keep improving.
Hmm.
Fucking Joker back. That mod came back from injury. I think right back into the triple double. Like how you come back
Oh
off
yeah,
injury for a month or
oh
two,
yeah. Let's go,
and
big
then
fella.
and you right back in the triple double territory, and they still in the third in the West. So like even when he was gone, they didn't drop off. So they can only get better, man. So look out for them to be in the champs this year. Everybody, I mean, don't get me wrong. San Antonio looks scary. Oklahoma, obviously the champs. Detroit, if they play
Why
the right
is the
defense.
West always this damn good, bro? I can't remember a time since I've been alive that the West was never not good, fam.
They was good when the Jordan time. Like I mean, they was not the lesser conference
They
team
were good
around
even
Jordan.
when Mike was playing, bro. Mike
True,
was
but
just the that Mike was
but
just
it was like a hand, like probably not even a handful. Like it was like two, three teams that you like. All right, from the West, like you have to really worry about. The
fam.
rest was like, uh. But now you got to worry about at least five, six teams. Since like 2000, since 2000, since the Lakers went on,
Okay.
boom, you had to worry about the West. That's when San Antonio started to come up.
Yeah.
Sacramento,
Yeah.
Portland. LA. But before that, Portland wasn't on nothing. But when Mike, I mean, except in the early '90s, I mean, you wasn't really worried about. I mean, too much the Rockets, too much, except for those 2 years when Mike was out, or a year and a half when Mike was out.
They was coming along though. The
Yeah, it
Houston
was coming
Rockets
along,
was coming along.
and they fell off. Like when they traded for Charles Barkley and them, they fell off.
Hakeem was old, man. Them guys was
I
old
mean,
too, man.
that's who also they got older. Detroit got older.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, you just I mean, it wasn't they wasn't low like this like they are now. They have some good teams though. You have to worry about some up and rising teams. But yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Like even this playing field, some of these players, like I'm hoping they trade them John Morant to the East. I'm hoping who else in the West right now that can get
I would
traded.
like for him to come to the wait. Do you think he would be a good fit in Orlando, John Morant, with Paolo Banchero?
That that could work. I think that could work. I just think that's another young team that I mean him and Bane work together, so I can see if he integrate him like all right, man, this is how we running here. Me, you again.
Yeah.
Paulo. Now that's a
That's a
nice
nice
little
little
three.
yeah. But I feel that they may
Three
get
head.
rid of one of them. One of them may they may get rid of one of those guys if you have to pull that off because
I think
if it's a trade, you may have to get rid of Bane or Ben Caro
I
or
think you can stick with that. You're just going to get rid of Jalen Suggs. You're going to get rid of Frank
mhm.
Wagner,
Yeah, one
the
of them
Wagner
Wagner boys.
brothers,
Yeah.
maybe Wendell Carter. But they got this dude named Anthony Black. He's starting to come along hooping a little bit. Another hoop in the horn. Shout out.
Okay.
He been hooping.
Okay.
So he could be the point guard for them. So that's why I think like maybe that they won't go that route with Job, but that might be a trade to where they can get Anthony Black in Memphis. I'll take Jalen Suggs, and you can start there in Memphis and build from there.
Yeah.
Damn, I should be
Yeah.
a goddamn GM, man.
Maybe you should, god damn it. Maybe you should. But back to motherfucking joking these triple doubles though. Yeah, joke.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
big Jokic. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah.
We've been looking forward to I've been looking forward to seeing your big ass hoop, brother. I've
So
been looking forward to seeing your big ass hoop. I love your game, sir. Love what you do out there on the court. For sure.
I think it's gonna be legit a four-way fight a four-way between Oklahoma City, San Antonio, Denver, and Houston for like that chip in the West, or like the teams you got to worry about. Minnesota, they there. It's just like some. I think they do the one more trade or something to like take over. But LA,
Oh, and that's the other thing, right? Trading Giannis to Minnesota.
and that's they trying to gear up to if that happens. So I'm thinking like if you trade Giannis, I mean obviously you keep AE. Are you keeping Gobert?
Nope.
I mean, yeah. Are you still gonna keep? I'm assuming you're going to trade maybe Julius too again, which
I'm getting
sucks.
rid of
But
both of them.
So you keeping Giannis,
I'll get
AE.
rid of both of them. I'll get rid of both. I'll get rid of Julius Randle. I mean, all right, man, get up out of here, dude. Get
That
out of
could
here.
be that
I'm
could be
not gonna have Giannis who need the ball. I'm not gonna have Anthony Edwards who need the ball, and then have you who sits with the ball like Carmelo, and you're not as put together as a player as Carmelo with the ball. I'm not having that, bro. You
yeah.
gotta go. You gotta go. Maybe I do keep Gobert and then put Giannis at the four. Maybe I do that. And now I have no worries about nobody coming in the paint as long as those two big mofos are down there. I ain't
True.
worried about none of y'all dropping down into the paint and thinking y'all gonna get a shot off. But somebody got to go. And either one or two of them. I get rid of both of them if I could, and give me like a really good a secondary big man
Because
with Giannis.
you still got Nas Reed.
Damn right. Yeah, I still need a backup for him though. So
Yeah. But if you can keep if you keep Dante DiVincenzo and Jaden McDaniels, then that's still a solid little squad.
hey man, make me a trade. Give me Giannis and what's my man name that used to play for the Bulls? What's his name?
Bobby Portis.
Let me give Giannis and Portis, and then y'all can have Randall and y'all can have Gobert. Y'all can have them. Let's walk it out like that. You know, y'all.
That could work. That
Yeah.
could low key work.
Let's just chop it up that way. Let's just work it out that way.
And
You
send
know.
some picks toward Milwaukee way. I don't
Yeah, y'all
see
can have them picks. You know what I'm saying? We'll get
I don't
y'all
see
some picks.
why they
Yeah.
wouldn't do that.
Take the picks. Give us Giannis. Give us B Portis. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna rock out and we gonna do what we supposed to. We don't. We'll figure it out. Y'all can have them draft picks. We trying to get to the championship, god dog.
Yeah.
That's what we headed. That's what we working on right now.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm hearing that Draymond is on the trading block now. I was like, that's dude. Like, bro,
Not
you can't.
surprised.
He messed up. He messed up two of their runs. Like, he got KD up out of there doing that bullshit on the court with him and talking,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
then punching Jordan Poole, who was like, I wasn't gonna say he was gonna be the next guy or nothing for them, but like that was a great offensive punch off your bench to keep up with Steph Curry and Clay and
Yeah.
Draymond to balance out the team.
He was
Big
gonna be
shots.
he was gonna be a splash cousin. He was gonna be a
It
splash
literally,
cousin.
they
Yep.
literally it's a pool party.
Yeah.
He brought the pool the water.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a good addition to that. But he messed that up. He messed that up himself. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say, and I'm only saying that because I think Draymond Green doesn't just walk up to you and punches you in the face for no reason. I
Oh
believe
no.
that after you got that deal signed, you was probably saying, "Yeah, you a old nigga. They don't need you here no more. That's why they got me. That's why they signed to me." And you was talking crazy, not forgetting that this dude is the one who won championships, and he's been busting his ass. And he knows the offense inside and out, and he's a facilitator for this team, and he's an anchor for this team. That's all of his job. Your job is to come in and provide points, which is great, but he's a key piece to the success of this team. And he didn't like what you were saying, and you said too much, and he walked up and he jawed you, especially if you was talking a little bit too flip at the mouth, and you might have said something about a woman or some kids or something like that, and he probably just got tired of it. But had that been me, it would not have ended that way. Me and Draymond.
You saw a brawl on that tape.
Yeah. Either then or when we went to the back to change, I'd have just stepped up like, see me.
Yeah.
See me
No,
before you
yeah.
even get in that shower, see me. And it would have just went down. It would have went down. Cause you ain't that much more taller than me. You understand? You may be bigger, you may be 250, 260, but you ain't that much taller than me. And because I'm in the same shape as you, it's about to go down, big fella.
Something had to
See
happen.
me. I'm not backing away from that. I'm not backing away from it. You stole on me. You got a good shot in on me too. But here's the thing, being a Chicago nigga that I am, that you are, I don't even think Draymond would have got that close to either one of us to really pull that off. I think either one of us would have been like, hey, you better step your big ass back.
Yeah, because he be just all yapping and talking, but he know when to pull that when he needs to pull that with certain
Yeah.
people. Like he ain't gonna
Yeah.
do that with everybody.
No, he wouldn't do that with Giannis.
No.
I don't think he would do that with Jokic.
Oh no, he definitely not with Jokic. He know them brothers right in the stands, right behind, ready to go,
Yeah. Did
ready to
you
take
know
fight.
that his oldest brother, one of the older brothers, was already a hooper? Like he balled here in the States for a little bit. Like
Really?
Yeah, like I
I heard.
think
I think I heard like one of them like for sure, or they used to like get into some hooping stuff. I
yeah,
thought it was like overseas.
yeah. It might have been here or overseas or whatever it was, but one of them was really into balling. Like he really had a decent game or whatever. So
Okay. Yeah, so we'll see what Golden State. I mean, they still in the mix for Giannis. So if they do that, which they could trade Jimmy contract or Draymond's too. So
what do you think about that trade though? You think that happens? Because it's a lot of ifs, ands, and buts.
yeah, I think it's fucked up on the Warriors to trade Jimmy while you hurt. You know, you brought him there for that reason, but like it's business is business. So
But
if you can get
you can't
Giannis,
trade a hurt player. Remember, you can't trade a player while he's hurt.
that's bro.
He
I
has to
think
be
they
able to
changed the
pass the
rules.
physical.
I think they changed the rules because like motherfuckers getting traded while hurt, but I think it's like
Mm,
depending on like how long they like injured. Like if they know it's like an ACL like that, like, it's gonna take a long term, probably not. But like, anything they can come back within like the next month or two, they're like, all right, fuck it, we get the rocket going.
okay.
So we'll see about that. And then Sacramento Kings, they got to start just trading the contenders, like just get something out of it, like because y'all team is purely like, and that's the thing, like you had. Your best player you actually drafted, De'Aaron Fox and Tyrese Halliburton, you trade them away. But then
Gone.
but the other people you draft, they were saying like they draft? They drafted some dude. They drafted this dude named Thomas Robinson. They drafted who's they could have had I want to say they could have had Steph Curry when they ended up drafting. Nah, who was this? Man, don't matter. Anyway, they misses on their drafts and
Buddy Hield.
nah, it was somebody that's a star. Like they could have had. Oh yeah, they could have had Dame Lillard. They drafted somebody instead. Like the next pick was Dame Lillard. They could have had Kawhi at some point. Like they could have had all these other players had they just chose the right player, but they went with the wrong guy. Oh yeah, Marvin Bagley. They drafted number two. They could have had
Whatever
Luka.
happened to Marvin Bagley, dude? Is he
I
still
think
hooping?
I think he in either Detroit or like somewhere in these like Memphis or something. But they drafted him. They could have had Luka Doncic
I feel
or
like you was gonna say one of these bomb ass teams, but anyway, go ahead, keep going.
nah, yeah, I mean, basically yeah, Memphis. But no,
Oh my god.
they could have had Luka Doncic or Trey Young over Marvin Bagley. So that was crazy
Okay.
about it. They missed on some chances with themselves. Kind of like the Bulls too, but. That's what I got on the NBA. Rocking day for them. They try and get back the motion. I think they just announced the All Star teams. I ain't trying to worry about that too much. But
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
so unless they make it back to East and West and freshmen versus sophomores, Jalen Duren gonna be in the dunk contest, the center from the Detroit Pistons. But we'll see. I'm not big on big men that really in the dunk contest like that unless they got some monstrosity to throw down or some shit. But talk about the Super Bowl. We
Hey,
can
wait a minute. Whatever happened to the kid Obi Toppin? He was good for a little bit for the New York Knicks and then for Indiana
Indiana.
Pacers. What
I
happened?
I think he was Indiana still. He may be hurt because I haven't heard much about
I
him.
haven't
Or
heard nothing about dude. Like usually, like he was a good energy piece for them. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Good guy to play defense, rebound, and everything. And then he started his J from the 3 point line
yeah.
became effective. And then all of a sudden, this guy just disappears. Whatever. Obi Toppin, Paging Obi Toppin. Let's put out an APB. Where are you, brother? I would like to see you out there playing and hooping, man. Hope everything is all right with you.
It's kind of either showing that like Tyrese Halliburton was really that engine of that team and had Muggs going, or I don't know if he hurt or because you at least see like a highlight of him dunking or something, or like
Yeah,
pull up,
yeah.
like I said, in the corner three or something. But I haven't heard much about him either. I mean, I haven't been watching too many Indiana Pacers game either, but the games that they played the Bulls and they won, I haven't seen too much of them. But this weekend, Super Bowl weekend, baby. Seattle Seahawks
Dude
versus
is
the
currently averaging 14.6 rebounds and an assist, bro.
Oh, really? So it's a quiet 14, but I mean, nobody, like I said, nobody really probably pinches the Pacers right now. They 13 and 38, which is crazy. Like
Ooh,
the
that's
drop,
why.
the drop off is crazy. Like, I mean, yes, Halliburton is a great player, but like, damn, I would have thought they would have been floating around to play in without him or like just under it. But to be the worst team in the East, which they finna get another draft pick, that's crazy. They finna probably get a good draft pick, get one of these good players coming out of college and
Oh, it says
reload.
topping ahead of schedule and foot recovery back on court. Yeah. So
Oh, so he must have been out for a little bit then.
stress fracture, right foot stress fracture, and has resumed on court activities. Okay. All right. All right. Bet it up. Okay. Cool. Mm.
So
Trade
yeah.
rumors link top into Suns. Fans debate his value. All right. I ain't gonna look into that. I don't want to even say nothing about stuff I don't know nothing about. All right. Cool. Boom. Keep it going though. Keep it going.
Yeah, but
Gang. 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 Gang.
this big game this weekend, Super Bowl Sunday.
And what game would that be?
We got Seattle Seahawks versus New England Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
Rematch of the Super Bowl from like what 10 years ago, I think. Maybe no,
Really?
about
I
like
thought it
10 to
was
12.
40.
Cause like this is what 60? 50 was Cam Newton Panthers versus the Broncos. So about 12, 13 years. It's been like 12, 13, like about 11 to 12. But yeah, you got two teams that I mean have the history in the Super Bowl before. The Seahawks not running it on the last play, not last play, but at the one or two when they throw a pick with Russell Wilson to motherfucking the cornerback for the Patriots at the
2015,
time.
2016. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
uh rematch, I think could be a good game, but I think it's gonna be more of a defensive battle. I think Seattle's gonna win this game purely on the defense is better. I think the best
You
defense
think
they
it's gonna be on the defense, or you think my man's he gonna go out there and show his ass? You don't think Sam Darnold gonna go out there and show his ass, bro?
So that's the thing. Like he been balling the last two games, like the NFC Championship game and the division game. He balled out, and I'm expecting you expect Darnold to like, all right, he gonna tweak at some point, but he ain't do no bad, no interception,
Mm-mm.
no fumbles. He been looking clean.
Mm-mm.
He been looking focused.
He look good out there, bro.
So
He
that's why I
look
think like as
good.
long as he don't do no tweak shit like he used to do, that's why I got to win this game between the defense being the Super Bowl defense, caliber defense, and him actually showing up, balling the few games. I think they got this. That's why I got them, and they're a little old. Everybody a little older. I think with New England, they are a young team, probably a year or two ahead as far as like being in the Super Bowl for sure. But
Mm-hmm.
being a playoff team, a good team, a year ahead. Drake May, I like him. I
They're
like
ahead
him.
of schedule, right?
Yeah,
Denver. I mean, Patriots. They are ahead of schedule. I would like
yeah.
to believe.
Yeah, I like Mike Vrabel. I like Drake May. I like Trevion Henderson. I like the
Mm-hmm.
defense. I like everything about him. It's just I think they're just a little young in some things, and I think that the Seattle being a team full of more veterans and Sam Darnold, I think he on a mission. He want to prove that like I wasn't a bust for New York Jets, and to show that New York Jets you got to be patient with some people. You got to put the right infrastructure around some people, some quarterbacks.
100%. I
You
agree.
weren't doing it with him.
The right system. You got to be in the right system to get the best out of the players and your personnel. And with any player, no matter what sport it is, if you don't have the right system and supporting cast, that player, that quarterback, that wide receiver, running back, defensive tackle, DN, they're not gonna be what you want them to be, and they're not gonna perform the way they're supposed to perform unless they get the type of grooming and system around them that allows them to flourish and succeed. And back to what you're saying, the Jets didn't work out for the Jets. Then he went where? Minnesota?
He went to San Francisco for like a quick bit, which was like he was playing backup, like, but he went to the Super Bowl with them. They lost, and then he went to Minnesota. So it was like, and
Had Minnesota. I thought he would be there for a couple more years. 13-3 his what first
they
year?
they feeling shitty. Yeah, 13-3 last year or four or whatever. Um, took them to the playoffs. The thing is they had 13 wins, but they because of I think either Detroit had the number one seed. They had 14 wins, so they had to travel on the road in the playoffs and then losing in the first round. So it was like even though and I think so. Darnold had the best game himself. But I ain't gonna put it all on him either though. But yeah, you would have thought that they would resign him. You know, JJ would have been happy. Jefferson. The defense is going good. They probably feel the shittiest out of all of them between them and the Jets. Like y'all feel the shitty the most. You seeing the guy you just had took your team a 13 win team to the playoffs, offense clicking with Kevin O'Connell, and the next year you see them in the Super Bowl without you, and you out the playoffs. But other teams are getting better. The Bears are getting better. Detroit going to get better. Green Bay is going to be Green Bay getting better. Maybe, hopefully not. Minnesota, you kind of you not stuck with JJ McCarthy, but you want to ride that out until
If
you
I had
can.
got rid of the GM for that decision, I don't understand what makes a guy say, I'm gonna get rid of the quarterback that got us to 13-3.
They, I mean, maybe he didn't want to pay him. Like after having that season, like you probably probably ran up the value a little bit more than I wanted to be.
Okay, but you went back into the draft and you drafted a younger guy who you're gonna have to pay in the next couple of years anyway. Why not
That's
just keep it going?
that's the thing. Like I've learned with teams, like they try to do that. Like if you got everything else around your team that's good, like defense and like your off skill players, like skill players, like receivers, tight ends, your linemen. If they good, defense good, you will want to try to win with a quarterback that's on a rookie contract because it's the cheapest. But like with Caleb, like
But
they're
it's a
gonna try.
flip of a coin, bro. You're not
It
sure
is
if that's gonna
true.
work.
But like with the Bears, like I'm sure they're gonna try their hard to try to get a Super Bowl or get to the Super Bowl with Caleb on this contract because if he gets better after what he did this year, even yeah he had a great year this year, but like it could have been a lot better had he just made the easy throws or the receivers made the catches that they should have made. He would have had the 4,000 yard season. They're gonna have to break him off and on some Caleb not Caleb Pat Mahomes type money if he ever brings us a Super Bowl or like make us a consistent playoff team while he on this rookie contract.
Bro, I can't say that I'm going to get rid of a sure thing just to focus on a young man, no disrespect to him, a young man, a kid who's coming in and doesn't have any NFL experience, doesn't even know this playbook, doesn't even know the players.
Got
But
hurt.
I'm listen, before he even got there, I am staying with the guy that I know is loyal to me and just got me to 13
Well,
wins for the
that was the
first
thing.
time in a while. Like I'm not going to go away from him. I'm going to go with something steady, bro. I'm not jumping off of that and letting that pass me by. 13-3 means that the next year we might be 13-3 again and we might be deeper into the playoffs, bro. Like I'm not gonna go away from that. There's no way I go away from that. You understand? Like I don't understand what they were thinking, and it's
Mhm.
not for me to understand. But there's no way that I go away from that. No way.
They had got because the thing is they got Sam Darnold the same year they drafted JJ McCarthy. So it's like all right, we gonna give at least JJ McCarthy a year to develop behind him. And this is Sam Darnold that's coming from San Francisco that didn't play or start too much and coming off the Jets. So they didn't really know he was going to be the Sam Darnold that he is now, like this good.
Mm-hmm.
So like after you went through the year with him, 13-3, but the thing is, in the preseason, they saw J.J. McCarthy because he had like a crazy game in his preseason where he looked like he was legit. Like, oh shit, he might be the. You might want to start him instead of
Yeah.
Sam Darnold,
Yeah.
but he ended up getting hurt. So he's ended up getting hurt in the preseason. He's out for the whole year. So can't really tell if he like legit or not during the regular season. He just like recovering, learning the playbook, trying to basically do everything mentally. So they it was just a game like it went fool's gold like what they saw in the preseason, what they saw through the season with Sam Darnold. Like all right, it looks great this season, but when it came to the playoffs, what happened? He didn't show up. He didn't have the best game. So it was like they probably thought, oh, we could do better than that. Then like if what you we gave you a good defense, we was 13-3, went on the road in the playoffs and didn't really do your thing. I can see why they probably thought like I don't know about this, but like you're right, but for somebody to take my team 13-3, I'm definitely considering keeping him at least
I'm
for another
staying there. I'm staying with him. I'm staying with him, bro. I'm not moving off that guy. And if I were to draft a quarterback, like I said earlier today or yesterday, I would have made sure that Sam Darnold, my starting quarterback, was aware. Hey, Sam, we're gonna take this guy behind you. Not to say that we're gonna get rid of you, but we know that shit does happen. We know that the NFL is packed with with injuries, and we know that guys get hurt all the time. So what we're doing is we're drafting this young guy. He's gonna come behind you. Your job is secure. You don't have anything to worry about. Nothing. But we're drafting him because we want him to come in, learn under you, get your tutelage, and in 2 to 3 years, if you decide that you don't want to be here or this situation is not working out for you, you can leave and we got a quarterback that we can lean into for the future. But if it's working out and it's not going well for this kid, he can go ahead and leave. Hey, we saw Aaron Rodgers work behind Brett Favre for what 2, 3, 4 years, right? We
Yeah,
saw we saw Jordan Love work behind Aaron Rodgers for 2 or 3 years,
yeah,
whatever it
3 years.
is. You understand what I'm saying? So it happens. It's not to say that these guys are not NFL ready. It's just to say that you need to get the tutelage under you before you step out into that light and it becomes all yours. Because once you're out there, you're out there. And you don't want to be asked out like Anthony Richardson is or Justin Fields is and all these other guys who come up and they got all this promise and potential, but they never get the correct tutelage and knowledge of the game for them for themselves to go out there and be as good as they can be. So I would have done the Sam Darnold, kept him, bought the young guy in, and said, "Don't hey, trust me on this. I'm the GM. You're going nowhere. I just want to make sure we got some back and make sure that you got some support at quarterback." Now, Sam, what would you like? Would you rather have me draft somebody or would you rather have me get a solid QB out of the talent pool that we have in the free agency? What would you rather me do? And then we rock out from there, and I wash my hands with it because I'm not letting go. I'm not letting go of a sure thing. A guy that can give me 13-3 in that one season. His first season there was that.
Yeah,
Man, I'm done. I ain't saying nothing else. You got it.
yeah. So I got the Seahawks. I got the game.
High scoring game. What you saying?
I got it 23-14.
What they playing in Vegas?
It's San Francisco.
You got a 23-14.
Uh, Yeah. I was gonna say 17, 23-17, but 23-14.
23-17.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Semi
I'll take
low.
that. I'll take that. 27. I'll say 27-13. Yeah.
Going
27-13.
Seahawks or Patriots,
You
or
know
you
I'm
have
going with the
decided yet?
Seahawks. I'm going
Yeah.
with the Seahawks. I'm going with the Seahawks. I like Drake May. We've already talked about
Uh,
that
I
before.
rock with them.
I rock with him 4,000 yard passing season. Um, Decent guy, decent system from Mike Vrabel. Salute to Mike Vrabel for taking that team on and getting them back to dominance and prominence right away. In his what
Yeah.
first year there or second year?
Yeah, first year.
That's crazy. But I'm going with the sure thing, man. I'm going with a sure thing. I'm going to say that the Seahawks, with their own defense and the players they got, and with JSN playing the way that he is playing, as you called him, Jason Eniga, a couple episodes ago, I'm gonna go out there on a limb and I'm gonna say that they're gonna go out there and they're gonna have a hell of a game, and it's gonna all go into the favor of the Seattle football Seahawks. And that's my pick right there. Bang bang. 27-13 might be the final score unless this kid can carve up this damn defense and put up a hell of a game. But it should make for an awesome game this weekend.
Yeah. And then also, everybody kind of call it the Bad Bunny Bowl. They're not even worried about the game. So a lot of people don't be surprised if they have the most rated halftime performance with the Bad Bunny performance. The Hispanics are gonna come out and show out for their people,
Hey,
especially
Bad
around
Bunny,
the world.
do your damn thing. Do your motherfucking thing. Go out there and represent for the Latin community. Represent for the Latin community. Represent for the Hispanic community. We
Yeah,
are aware that Trump didn't want you performing. We are aware that he didn't want anything to do with you. He did not want anyone from the Hispanic or Latin community going out there and performing. You have been chosen to do so, and I hope you represent for the for every flag, every person under the flag or under the culture,
yeah,
of
yeah.
Latinicity or whatever it should be called. I'm not sure if I even said that right, but
They just made some shit up. But
maybe I
no,
did.
yeah, definitely like show out for the Latin community, the Puerto
Yeah,
Ricans, but also remind them that you are American. Everybody keep these white folks thinking like we can't have American, just like he's American. Like I'm
he's
sorry, like the
American. He
territory
is.
wise, like
He is. He Puerto Rican.
yeah.
Puerto
So
Riqueño.
hopefully he just put on a good show for a little
Borrequeño.
12, 13 minute concert.
You think?
Little,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Represent, homeboy. Represent, man.
I got
Represent for your
the
people over in PR.
NFL. You need to step it up with this Pro Bowl's ass, man. Like this flag football stuff ass.
They need to go
Just
to
like,
two-hand touch, man.
I mean, that'd be better. At least you get a little type of like, I wish
Yeah.
it would go back to just playing the game, like, just play it 11 on 11. But
Nah, man, that physical aggression, man. Get those guys a break off. They don't need to be
I
out
feel like
there
that should be
trying to
punishment
crush
for
each other.
that should be punishment for not making it to the Super Bowl. If you want to win the Super Bowl or play, no, not playing this game, get
Bitch,
your
you
ass
better
in.
win this.
Yeah, but no, it's just they definitely found ways to took away from the love from it, But the games were getting worse anyway. So like I guess I think that's another way you can make this a fun thing, but I guess not. I think they wait too long to have a game. I think you should have that game like low key right after the season, then start the playoffs. But uh, that way people still be in like football shape and maybe want to play. But and then oh yeah, some bulls, not bull, but like Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots,
Mm-hmm.
have not been indicted, not inducted. Wow, inducted into the Hall of
Inducted
Fame,
into the Hall of Fame.
which I think is just
Neither
cool.
has Bill Belichick.
And I think I really think that one with Robert Kraft's a save face with them because like all right, if you're not gonna put in Bill Belichick on the first ballot, how the hell are you gonna put Robert Kraft in before him?
Or Tom
So
Brady.
and that too. So and
And like I said on a previous episode, this is why they're gonna say, and I knew this was coming. Me and Groovy Lou, we had that conversation. That's why he is not the greatest quarterback of all time. Because you got Spygate and Deflategate hanging over your head, bro. It happened. Whether people want to say it or not, it happened. Whether it had nothing to do with Tom Brady and it was all Belichick's fault for that happening, it doesn't matter. It happened. People were deflating um, the cow leather that they're using to play the ball, and you had guys in the stands at other training facilities making sure that they knew the calls of the other team so they were ready during the course of the game to be ahead and be aware of what was going on. Bro, that's cheating. And I know in everything out here, you're supposed to try to get ahead and know everything that you
I mean,
can.
teams do it too.
Yeah, everybody does. The Houston Astros did it a couple years ago. They were banging the cans, the trash cans to let them know, hey, they about to throw this pitch right here. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? But
talking
it's
on their
cheating.
jersey and shit.
Yeah, it's cheating. And once it is found out that you are cheating, they strip you of whatever titles and all that shit that you ever had. It's no different from being in boxing or being in martial arts. And they find out that you're using PEDs. You are a cheater. You are a dope fiend. You are a low down scoundrel, and you have been caught. And I'm not saying that to say that that's what he is, but if you get caught with Deflategate and Spygate, that is called smut in the street. You have smut on your name, and it has not been. We have not been told that it does not exist, or you've been cleared of that. It's still there. It's still there, dude. That's why I said Tom Brady is forever gonna have that or asterisk on his name to me about being a GOAT. At first I thought I was like, you know what, he is a GOAT. And then I was like, wait, Deflategate and then Spygate, like that those are real things that happen. And maybe they weren't. Maybe they were just trying to take away from how good Belichick and Tom Brady really are. I will never fucking know. But it's out there and it happened.
I mean, he definitely has a couple breaks go his way, with the tuck rule. The Spygate, I can't rock with. That's definitely some cheat. It may not have been necessarily him, but the team itself, like just having that
But then they had the
big
guys
message.
come out and say that, hey, right, they came out and said it, right? They was like, yo, that's what we were hired to do.
Yeah, and the Deflategate, I'm not really too hard. I ain't gonna kill him too much for that, but like it is a little weird just having some lesser. But I don't know. I don't think that make you catch the ball any better or like, especially depending on if it's in elements of the game. But I mean, I feel like the referee should have known. Hey, this ball ain't what it need to be. So the
They
whole
knew it. Man,
the
you don't think
whole
they was grabbing
that was it. That was it. The whole thing is like colluded. So it's like it's an NFL thing. I think with that one. But yeah, I see your value, but it's only it's only probably a couple of other QBs I would trust with the ball in their hand besides him. So And if it came down to like one drive, I'm rocking with him more than likely. But that's my bit on the NFL. I do
All
want to
right.
talk about those two fights on Saturday last week.
Let's
Uh,
talk about it. What you want to talk about? Who you want to talk about? What little ugly motherfuckers you want to mention, bro?
who was the fight before the Shakur and Lopez fight? It was my boy. What's his name? Was it Kareem Davis? Davis?
Keyshawn
Keyshawn
Davis
Davis.
versus the brother Jermaine
Jermaine
Ortiz.
Ortiz. Okay, I don't know why I thought it was Ruiz, but Jermaine Ortiz. Yeah, I was watching that fight. I started from the beginning with that one. I had that one. What was it? 12 rounds. I had 10-2 going Davis' way. A lot of people gave him like. I thought in the third round maybe Jermaine got him a little bit. Maybe it was just him actually getting active on. But the first 2 rounds, Keyshawn was just giving him that work a little bit. Them hooks or those jabs. I mean. I want to say I gave Jermaine the third round, but I think a lot of people gave him the fourth round. So either third, fourth round, I think he had a hand up on Davis. But after that, it was mainly Davis until like one more late round. I want to say around like the 10th or 11th one. But solid fight. Like he was putting the work into Jermaine, giving him some shots that he probably wasn't ready for. He made him kneel down with twice. He,
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
That's
okay, like
correct. He did so he Keyshawn did a lot of early body work on that kid, right? He gave
yeah,
him a lot of early body work, and it just added up over time. So what it was originally is I was like, Jermaine Ortiz is a pretty decent fighter, and he's been up against some pretty good, solid competition. Some fighters that may be called legends later on, Teofimo Lopez
yeah,
and Vasily Lomachenko, right? Vasily Lomachenko. So I was like, I don't know if he'll be able to stop a guy like that. But then as the fight wore down, you notice the change and the shift in the way that Keyshawn was putting punches together. I watched it earlier before we got on here, and I was
Mhm.
watching it because I wanted to go back and look at it because I fell asleep on parts of it because I was like, man, this guy Jermaine isn't putting his skill set to use against Keyshawn. Like you're allowing him to control the pace of the fight, and you're not doing anything to disrupt the pace of the fight. He's out there putting punches together and he's out there sapping your strength, hitting you with body shots and doing different things. And you're not taking the time to adjust and properly correct or or take over the fight, right?
Mhm.
So boom, the 12 round, like, oh, he ain't 12 round, he knock you out with body shots.
Yeah,
And that just shows the man, it just shows the grit of Jermaine Ortiz to go 12 rounds and then to finally like just bow out
yeah,
or take a knee and you're not able to do it no more. But also shows the skill and talent of one Keyshawn Davis from Norfolk, Virginia, and his ability to stand in there and continue to go to the well every time. I know I got to hit you with this jab. I know I got to hit you with these shots to the face and everything. I know I got the score, but I gotta empty your tank. Like I gotta poke holes in your tank.
yeah.
And if I told people I was going for this knockout, and I'm standing on that, I'm standing on my business, and I'm saying
Mhm.
that the only way for me to get this done is to go in here and do this to you. That's the only way to get to be successful at what I said and to stand on it is to go in here and get this knockout. And he did. He successfully got it, man.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Keyshawn Davis, who was once upon a time part of Bud Crawford's camp and stable. He switched over from there, and he went back to his own guys, and they have been pretty successful in the last couple of fights. But Keyshawn, man, you got to really be on business going forward. You got to get back to being a businessman and having fun with boxing. I don't know what stresses or whatever it is that's bothering you, that's keeping you away from boxing and keeping your head focused strictly on boxing. But you got to get back to that thing, man. You got to find the joy and the love and the happiness in that, and you have to take over and go from there because Keyshawn is a hell of a fighter. He reminds me of Bud Crawford. Um, and that's all I got to say about that. What other fight you want to talk about? Hell of a fight, though. That was a really good fight. I just
Yeah,
think
it was.
To Jermaine Ortiz as well, man. I think you should start sparring, going to different gyms around the nation, around the country. Get you some of that elite sparring. Go hang out in
Yeah.
these different gyms because you fought some of these top and elite fighters, and against them you've usually taken a loss. So you really should consider going around to these different gyms and getting some of that top elite sparring that you need to make sure that you can hang in there with these guys because you don't want a situation like that to happen again. And then they
Yeah.
put you all the way to the back of the line and they say, oh, well, every time he goes up against these type of guys, he folds under pressure. So I would like to see more from him, take his training to a different level. Probably invite some other trainers in and say, hey, what do you see in my style on my fight game that I'm not doing, that I need to correct.
Hmm.
And they'll say, hey, this is a breakdown. I looked at some of your fights. I looked at some of your three best wins, and I looked at your three best losses. And these are the things that I took away from watching you in these fights. So here goes the things that I have put together, and I'm handing them over to you to go over and glean them and go over what you can do to improve and be a better fighter from there.
Yeah, I think Keyshawn was just more patient in the ring, but he knew what his game plan was. It looked like with Jermaine, it was like he was trying different stances and different looks, but it just couldn't get off anything. And motherfucking Keyshawn was just walking him down, just like hitting him with that jab and just hooking
Yeah.
him like, ugh. And then when he hit him with that bite shot, the first time I saw his motherfucking stomach move, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, when he hit it, when you get hit like that, that's one of those ones that like you gotta take a knee because you're nuts.
Mhm.
It's a bad feeling. If you ever
Yeah,
been hit like
all
that,
that in the area
yeah,
just
that area, it go, oh, you know it. You a man. You've been hitting your stomach or you've been hitting your nuts before. When you
yeah.
get hit like that, it feel like everything is just turning inside out on you.
Yeah.
So it's not a really good feeling. So when you get hit like that in a boxing match, and you really like this is it for you. Like it just man, it's mano a mano. So at that point, like when you get hit, it's like oh man, and then trying to get back up and to continue, it it takes more out of you to get back to where you want to be because
Yeah.
it's
It's gonna take a hit. That's why in most fights, or like they give you that legit like 5 minutes or 2 minutes or whatever. How long? Like, hey, take your time. Like we know.
only
Just
when you get hit in the nuts. All
yeah,
right, when you get hit in the nuts, but when you get hit with a body shot and it really rocks you and it takes a lot of the power out of you and the strength and your everything out of you. Though I can't even remember the word I'm looking for, but when it takes that away from you, it's hard to recover from that, and then you have to stand up and continue on. You
yeah,
know what I mean? So it does something bad to you. But he did the best he could. He fought a decent fight for 12 rounds, and Keyshawn just being Keyshawn just walked him down and he went in there and was like, dude, you ain't
yeah.
you've been in this fight longer than you should have, and now I just need to close the show. I can't allow you to leave out of here on your feet. So salute to Kevin Keyshawn. I said Kevin Keyshawn Davis on that fight and getting the win. The fight before that though, man, shoo, man.
I saw pieces of it, but I remember I turned to, I was like, "What's going on with my man's hair?" Then I saw the clips and shit. I was
Oh,
like,
you that
"Oh,
one? Yeah, that was crazy.
the heavyweight fight."
Yeah, big baby Gerald Miller
Yeah.
hairpiece. He got hit with a right hand or a left hand to the forehead or to the face.
Well,
Knocked
what
his motherfucking
two pay?
hairpiece up. Yo, you remember saying that shit to people, man? I'll knock your motherfucking hairpiece up. You know what I mean? You remember saying that shit to people, man, growing up? And this dude hairpiece literally he literally
Not this.
had a man unit, bro.
Yeah. Two real life toothpaste stuck. He said the thing is, dude is having a great like sense about like he humor about like he famous for all the wrong reasons. Like he still won that fight, but he lost his hair into the crowd.
Yeah.
Moms was passing it around like it was a blunt, like putting it on their head. I'm like, this is crazy. I ain't never seen a fight where somebody toupee man unit flew off their head because they was getting their
And
hair
he be
like
the main people. He be the main person. People calling people fake and calling them a punk and a chump and all that. And that happened. I was like, yo. But
for real.
like you said, he was a good sport about it. He took
Yeah.
it off and everything. He threw it around. Then if you go on his page on Instagram, he created a AI video of him driving in the car with it blowing in the wind and shit. and he got like gloves on, and he driving
Yeah,
his car down the street and everything. I'm like, he been like you said, he being a good sport about it, but
yeah.
that was
Like,
crazy.
that's crazy.
And Gerald, Big Baby, you almost lost that damn fight. Dude came
Yeah,
out early, and
yeah.
he was really doing what he was supposed to win that fight. You got out of there with one because you won the second half of that fight. But
Really.
had it not been for you doing that and going to the body, trying to break that guy down, you wouldn't have lasted, man. Because he was up on you early. He was already up like 3, 4 rounds for that fight, and then you battled back. So salute to you for doing that.
True.
And the fight that I really cared about was Shushu Carrington. What a hell of a fight against I forgot the brother's name, Carlos. I forgot his name.
Yeah,
Damn it, man. But
I remember
Shushu
Carrington though. Yeah.
way to close the Shoe York. This is the era of Shoe York. Way to close the show. Salute to God bless your family and rest in peace to your brother. But way to close the show, man. Early on, you got in trouble. You were touched up. You were hurt, but you battled back and you stayed the course. You continued to box. That's all you have to do as the boxer. Continue to box. You don't have to go for the knockout every time, brother. You didn't have to go for the knockout. Yes, the fight is in New York. Yes, you're representing for all of New York, but you ain't got to look for
Oh,
it.
he was trying to show out.
Yeah, but it was gonna come to him, bro.
Yeah.
It was naturally gonna come to him. He in there with a guy who is a champion, and that guy wants to prove that I belong here as well,
Hmm.
right? So because he want to prove that he belong in a ring with you as well, he's gonna continue to be right there in front of you. You don't have to do much. You
No.
don't have to do much. Like yo, stay close enough to him to let him get his off, and when the perfect time comes, open up, which is what he did. The dude threw a jab out there. He slipped it, came back over the top with a right hand. My man slipped. I mean, my man he ain't slipped, but my man caught it right on the jaw, and Shoo Shoo put that combination together. And got him up out of there, man. He sat down on the ground like, yeah, I'm done. That's it for me, man. I'm cool. I'm cool on
I'm
that one.
straight. Yeah, I'm straight.
Yeah, I'm cool. You ain't even got to worry about counting me out, brother. I'm good. I'm gonna sit right here and just revel in the fact that this young brother just put me down on my back. He put me on my back pocket. So I'm gonna take my L. So salute to Shoo Shoo for getting the championship belt. God bless you. But that main event is what the fuck I told you it would be. Was it not?
Yeah, it was. Like Shakur, like I had him like the first 6 rounds. He was just beating them, just getting them, walking them down. Like I gave him like what two? I gave dude like Tio like 2 rounds, eventually 1 or 2 rounds. But like Shakur showed like that he get that Mayweather like defense to me, and then like he picked his moments when he need to in the body part, you know jabs, hooks, whatever. But he was walking them down, and I could kind of see what people call Shakur a little boring for the fight go. Because I was watching the Keyshawn fight, then watching that one, I was kind of fall asleep on that a little because I'm like, it ain't going. Because the other dude wasn't really on nothing either. Like
He
Lopez,
wasn't. He
he wasn't on
wasn't.
nothing either. So that was like I thought, and I seen like one of his last fights. He looked way better than that. I don't know what it was, or maybe just that's how
So
outclassed.
this
Like,
is what happens. And I was listening to them say it on the internet, but when you're watching a fight, if you're like me and you pay attention to boxing, you know that a guy like Teofimo Lopez does good against guys who are flat foot, right?
mhm,
So when you're a flat foot fighter, his athleticism is at his best. His power is at his best because he knows you have to set his feet. You have to set your feet as well,
right,
right? So when you're setting your feet and both of you have to set your feet, it becomes about who's fast enough to get the punch there first, right? And
okay,
who's going to be the most accurate. In a situation like this, if you look at Teofimo Lopez's record, when he fights guys who are boxers who know how to move their feet, Sandor Martin, um, Jermaine Ortiz, who he almost lost to as well, right? When he fighting
hmm,
guys like that, he has a problem with the foot movement.
okay,
He always has problems with guys like that. Shakur been saying this since he was at 126. When we fight, I'm gonna beat you, and I'm gonna beat you so well that it's gonna be like practice for me. That's what he been telling them for years.
yeah,
Dude, this is gonna be like practice for me. Cause I know you.
it looked like it.
And it was.
It literally did.
Tiafimo Lopez, hire someone else to come in and help you with your training and your technique. Your father got you as far as he could,
He
but
did,
the stuff that he was saying in between the
bro.
remember what I told you? When they start saying stuff like that, that means that they don't know what else to do.
Yeah, like every even the announcer was like, man, like call some, like give him some instruction. Like, all you saying is like, where your power,
Where's
punch
your
hard.
power?
I'm like, no,
What?
like because when you heard from Shakira, you heard it train like get him, tell him all different ways on how to get him. Like I'm like, oh okay, I learned something from it. I'm like, oh okay, just dip and dab, left hook, right, like whatever he had told him to do. But with the other guy, I'm like, shit, I could have did that.
I could have told him that.
Get him,
Damn.
Rocky. I could have been awesome. Get
You're
him,
gonna
Rocky.
hate yourself in the morning. Every boxer that gets beat up hates themselves in the morning. Like,
Yeah.
okay, and
Yeah,
so what?
that's
Like
what,
that ain't
9 rounds in by that time. Like anybody could
yo.
have did that,
You
and
got
it
you,
sucks. Like after they said like his dad wasn't around him like that much. Like the interviews and stuff, it was just Tio. When what's his name? Shakira said when they went to like the medical booth, like try to get like fixed up. It was just him. Like he had nobody else with him. But Shakira had his people with him. He's like he ain't like that. So it's just like damn it, like you say, it's probably that time your dad did enough to get you to where you at. Probably to
absolutely.
go some another direction with as far as like
It
legit
is.
training.
It is. It's time for Tiafimo to take hold of his career and start looking at other avenues as far as coaching. And not necessarily saying bringing like getting rid of your dad, but
Yeah.
bringing in somebody that can help you out, who can see the angles and the small things, the details that actually matter that your father can't see. Someone that can exploit your skill set to its highest capability. Because your father got you there, he got you there on your power and your athleticism, which is fine. But now when you're at the top level and you consider yourself to be the top guy,
Hmm.
everyone else is just as good as you at that top level. And what Shakur did was show everyone else again with the same thing I've been saying. I am going to box your head off
Yeah.
for 12 rounds,
Hmm.
and there is nothing that you can do about it at all. I'm gonna do this for 12 rounds. I'm not gonna run, which they said he was gonna do.
Nope.
I'm
You
not
do
gonna
that.
back up and get on the edge of the ring and be along the ropes. I'm not gonna do none of that. I'm not gonna do none of the stuff that I did in my last fight with what's the guy's name? I forgot the guy, Camarones. I forgot what he dang. Whatever his name is, that guy that he fought, where he let the guy beat him up, you know what I'm saying? So he could show that my defense is tight and I can take punches and all that. I
Yeah.
can get hit and I can return fire. And he won that fight. All
Hmm.
right? Shakur won that fight. This fight, he said, I'm gonna be right here in front of you.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna discipline you all night. And my jab, it was sparring. It
It
was
really
sparring.
was. Yeah.
It was just sparring. And to me, that's the most beautiful thing about that fight because he put on such a great exhibition that Tio and his father showed that they had no other game plan but what they were doing. There was no
Hmm.
plan B, no plan
Yeah.
C,
No
no plan
adjustments.
D. No adjustments were made during the course of this fight to make sure that Tio got something else out of it. Nothing. He did the
Yeah.
same thing for 12 rounds, bro.
Yeah.
And
He
he got
did.
embarrassed. He got embarrassed.
Yeah. True.
Which
So
I
I
knew
know.
would happen. The only thing, and I'm not gonna even say what everybody else is saying, Shakur, because you already hearing it.
What is?
But we already know what everybody wanted to see. We wanted to see you know what we wanted to see, and you didn't do it, and I'm fine with that because you put on a beautiful exhibition. It was a 12-0 shutout, a yard. You ran a whole yard, and you did a whole yard on them, or you won 11-1 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Even though those
Probably.
cards were stupid, when they
Yeah.
were reading it off, I didn't like any of that because I know that was dumb. But for those who don't know what I'm saying, they wanted Shakur to step up and put his foot down on the pedal and get
Yeah.
T.O. out of there. The thing about that happening was T.O. was moving out the way to make sure that he wasn't going to get knocked out. And there were
Yeah.
other instances where he was fighting back. And you also have to
Yes.
understand what Shakur is. Shakur is just happy with making you look bad. That's his stance. Like if I
Mm.
can just make you look bad, then I'm good with that. And Shakur didn't do a lot of body punching early on to make sure that he could sap his strength and push the pedal and push the gas all the way down. He didn't do a lot of that, so he wasn't gonna go after this kid and try to get the knockout. So hell of a fight. I can't remember all the other fights on Zuffa because I wasn't watching that. I was more in tuned into this Ring Six card and seeing how that played out. So salute to Xander Zayas for winning against Barral and all the other fighters on the other card. That was under Zuffer or Zuffer. So anything else?
I was just happy he beat that man so bad he made him apologize for the racism shit he was saying and just like for slavery. He's like, sorry about slavery, sorry about like everything y'all been through. I'm like, yeah, you must have gave him some work for real because I don't know because I seen like he kind of like played around with that race shit like because I do remember
He's always doing it. He leads who what
bananas.
yeah, he left bananas in one fighter's dressing room and
I
stuff
think it
like
was
that.
Keyshawn Davis, wasn't it, or something
Yeah,
like that?
yeah. I think that was Keyshawn. He let but Keyshawn wants that fight too. I
Mm,
think that would be a fight to your female. That'd be a fight that you may actually like because you
that
got
could
a
be.
guy that's gonna be in front of you. He's not gonna run. He's gonna box with you, and then he's gonna punch. And then we're gonna find out if this is the type of guy you want to be in front of. Hey, you said you wanted to fight Bud Crawford. That's a younger type of version of that guy. If you really interested in that fight,
For me to even give you a sniff at Bud Crawford, you gotta show me you can keep up with Keyshawn or stay with him.
Terrence Bud Crawford has retired from boxing.
Yeah,
But
tough.
if you feel like you want to whoop somebody,
That's the
try
next best
Keyshawn.
thing. Yeah.
Try Keyshawn. I would love to see that fight. For Shakur, if you don't get the Conor Ben fight, I would like to see you fight Gary Antoine Russell or one of the other premier champions in that division, or go back down and fight one of the other champions at 135. So if it's not going to be Conor Ben who jumped in the ring saying that you were that's saying that you were too small, which we all know is bullshit. I know that for a fact because Shakur, from what I was told, he walks around at 160, 170. So I know he ain't small at all. All right. And you can see that from when he was in there with T.O., he didn't look small at all. All right. So, Shakur, your next fight, if it's not going to be Conor Ben, it should be Gary Antoine Russell or Richardson Hitchens or one of those guys. All right. Take one of those fights. Devin Haney, your next fight should be Ryan Garcia or Rolly Romero or Conor Ben. Conor Ben's not gonna take that fight because he know he's gonna get embarrassed and he doesn't have the foot movement to keep up with Devin Haney. Or Rolly Romero versus Conor Ben. That would be an exciting fight. Someone's gonna get knocked out. Like that's just gonna happen. Or if he can't, Shakur, if you can't get Gary Antoine Russell, Conor Ben, or Richardson Hitchinson, Isak Cruz should be another guy that you should be interested in fighting. I think that would be another fight where it would bring fans to boxing and it would expose Shakur to a bigger fan base for himself and get more people involved in looking at him and seeing how great of a fighter he is. That's just me and what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
The 140 division is packed. You guys should just start. You guys should really be fighting. The 154 division is packed with fighters. You guys should be fighting. There's nowhere to run in these two divisions because those divisions are packed with really good fighters and really good talented guys. Salute to Ammo Williams, the guy that he was supposed to fight, Carlos Adames, was rushed to the hospital. I'm not sure what was the reason because I haven't heard anything since he got sent to the hospital like Friday afternoon or Friday morning. But I
Mhm.
hope he's doing well. I hope it wasn't PEDs. I hope God bless him and whatever the situation is. I hope he's feeling better. But Ammo Williams, congratulations on you winning your fight. I think he's a uber talented guy. He just has to put it together. I'm not sure if 168 is where he should be. I think he should be at 160 where he can dominate. But
Mhm.
hell of a fight there. And Josh Kelly. I wasn't expecting you to beat Bakram Murtazaliev. I was expecting you to get your ass handed to you uh, in that fight, and you won. Great fight. Hell of a
Salute.
fight, hell of a performance that you put on. I was not expecting that. I guess you found your proper weight class. Let's see what you do next. Are you gonna fight the rest of the 160 champions, or are you gonna take your belt back to the UK and parade around with it and fight lesser talented guys who don't deserve a shot? So let's see what happens with these guys in the boxing world, man. We'll be watching, or I'll be watching. Keith got other stuff to do. Um,
I see
I,
my head in. I see my head in. For some good matches. I'll
yeah.
definitely try to check them out.
There are some out here, man. I can't wait to see how it goes. But some of
Yeah.
these guys, man, when we talk about being ass, some of these guys aren't really champions. They're ass, bro, and they're being given belts because of the promotional banner that they're under, and someone's controlling the belt. But to me, for years, like they've been saying, the Ring Magazine belt is the only one that matters. We used to think it was the WBC belt when the father Jose Suleiman was alive, but his son now Mauricio, yeah, he ain't been doing the best job of it. So whatever to that belt, man. Anything else, Keith? Before we get about this thing,
Nothing else. We didn't plan anything, but we both wearing black. Great start for the Black History Month, the first episode. So keep it black, y'all. Keep it black, y'all. Keep it black, y'all. So that's my I always bet on black.
yeah. Do you got any Black History facts you want to speak on?
Um, no, not right now. I mean, I want to know who was the first nigga to get up out that jam. Like they was in the jam. They was in the jam.
Yo,
They had to get up out there.
yo, who
We
was the
need,
first nigga to get up out that jam? Yo, we need to do some
like,
historical
it's stuff
digging
like
for
this. I
this.
want to know like stuff like that. Like
Damn.
who's the first one to say the N word besides like to keep it cool. Like
Yo, did you see the guys that did that? I
yeah,
reposted it.
yeah,
Yeah, that was funny. I was on my way to work watching that, man. I was like, so I just sent it to everybody, you know, and because I thought that was dope. And then they said the first guy to dap, the first nigga to dap another nigga
yeah.
and everything like
He was
that.
like he was like,
Yeah, he's like, all right, brother,
and they heard
all right, my
that
man.
perfect.
Yeah, yeah, that. Yeah, and shook his hand.
He was like,
He's like, what? And they went around doing it to each other. It's like, oh yes, yes, we on something totally different. But yeah. With that said, man, I think we're gonna get on here and get up out of here, man. I hope you guys be safe, enjoy the rest of your week. Um, and remember the mission statement when you're striving for greatness. Let's do that again, right? And remember the mission statement when
we're
you're
back.
striving for greatness. Yeah, running back. God never puts you in a driver's seat if it's taken. Ladies and gentlemen, be safe out there. Have a great week. Um, mind the business that pays you. Everything works out for you so much better when you do that.
You
And we
live
out.
you live longer.
You will, and you won't have to worry about anything else happening to you.
Yep, for sure.
Salutamente. We out this hole.